Hello, welcome to This Thing's Got Problems. I'm Eric, and the thing that has problems today, it's not this C10. Well, it is. Clearly, this definitely has problems. We're still ordering parts. Got stuff. It's coming in. So that's cool, but it's cold out here. So what you're going to see today is a Harley Davidson backing plate machine. You're going to see a Harley Davidson Fat Bob that came in missing an exhaust, came in a little crusty, came in needing some paint correction. Forks. Whew, we've done refinishing forks, the aluminum, and then shiny. We have paint this time to do with these, and it turned out pretty good, actually. So you're going to see all that. We're going to kind of revive this thing cosmetically and cost no money really other than the bike. It's just a lot of taking off. We're going to take the old man off the bike, and you'll see what I mean when we get there. And oddly, strange thing that happened during it is while we did this recording, the vice president was doing a speech like down the blocks, and I don't get into politics. I don't like it. And this is a prime example of why. Just in the way, MFers all day. Just there they are. They're now, oh, good, the protesters are here now. Great. We can't leave our business. We can't get off the block. We can't go here. We can't go there. No one was warned about anything. I guess, why would they tell everyone where someone's going to be of that, importance? So I suppose there's a reason for it. But the people that work on a one-way block with no outlet, it'd be nice to have had some, advanced warning other than the construction van oddly parked behind your business with the 5% limo tint and the big guys in the armor sitting inside eating a lot of Hostess products. Not good for them. Gas station diet, those guys. And where do they pee, by the way? The Secret Service, when they're in the van, I'm going off on a tangent here, they pee right in your parking lot. That's where it happens. They don't care. It is bizarre. It is a strange thing to witness, to try to do work with that clown show going on, helicopters flying overhead, and then the motorcade, the cha-ching, 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 like every vehicle that went by, you just heard your tax dollars. And I don't care what side is talking about what. You have a place for that. It's in D.C., isn't it? Isn't that where your business is? This is where ours is. And we're trying to make... All right. So you're going to see that Fat Bob get refinished. And then, we're going to move on. And there'll be some C10 updates, I hope, coming up soon once some parts start rolling in and we figure out what's going on. I'm actually going to go meet a guy today about getting a cowl and possibly a seat. You can't find a seat for these second geners like anywhere. And when you can, Facebook tells you it's local. And then you look it up and it's 1,400 miles away. It's not local, Facebook. Get it together in that regard. Okay, let's get on to the thing. All right.
All right, so what we're looking at here is a Harley Davidson Fat Bob, back when it was a Dyna, back before they came out with that horrible, horrible new frame. But that's another story for another time. Let's take this one in visually. We got some crusty forks here that we're going to have to address. The wheel could use some polishing. Of course, the rotors, they're steel. They're going to rust. Those things got to go. Speakers on bikes. Get a bagger, right? Speaking of bags, going to ditch these things. They're sun beat. They're wobbly. They're weird. They're not supported in any kind of way. The paint could use some help. It's not terrible, just definitely needs buff. I can check out the black engine case there, could use a scrub down. Overall, she's not terrible. Some of the aluminum here could use some refinishing. By hand, we're not going to go crazy. This is showing you how to do things in your garage without a lot of machinery. Mirrors, we can shoot those, that's fine. Rear wheel, that needs a little bit of help. Again, we can do that by hand. It's not a big deal. I'm going to throw some pipes on this thing because, came without them. That's fine. First things first, I guess, would be to, kind of, all right, there's also this going on in the background. The vice president is talking down the street. about something. Whatever. We actually have work to do here, so it's time to blast this thing apart and throw out the ugly. What is happening? Stop. Stop doing this. People, why are you doing that? Let's get rid of these. Don't need them. Next to go are these speakers. Bike is getting lighter already. Oh, wait, what's going on out here? Yep, there we go. Another person without a job, apparently. That's fine. You know what? Block off our place of business. It's okay. It's fine. Whatever. All right, so these floorboards got to go. And I'm just going to throw some stock-looking pegs on here because, I mean, they're ugly, right? Crank it all the way up. Just give it hell. Get it out of here. It's got to go. Knocking out, getting the old man off. Knocking it out of here. More stuff for the trash can. It's getting heavier. When you're putting these pegs back in, make sure you put that little spring clip in there. It holds the peg up if you have to park it, you know, somewhere very close to a wall or something, and it also keeps them from rattling around. You want them, and for the rears, you definitely want them. You don't want to catch your shin on it every time you go and throw a leg over. Let's get them in there. It's not a big deal. Just don't forget it. We're gonna strip this bike down nude so we can do some proper paint correction. By that, I like to, you know, not just completely decimate the leather trim with the buffing wheel. Oh, good. More wires. It's fantastic. Just make sure you disconnect the ones that matter, and then we're gonna delete. Just make it go away. Get rid of that.
Yeah, still with the clown show. No work to go to today, huh?
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, we're making some headway here. We are definitely going to have to address those forks. Got some crusties on the engine. I'll show you how to take care of those engine covers, like the rocker box covers. It's pretty easy. Well, it's time lapser. We're going to do some paint correction now. I've said about 1 billion times already, you know, start with the heavy and move on to the foam cutting, medium cut type of thing, and then you move on to the polish. You've seen it all before, okay? All those videos are right here on the channel. Subscribe, you know, and then it's easier, I think, to find them or something. Time to throw some buttery wax down in a sensual way. You know how we do. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, like you love it. Side note, you want to know where the Secret Service pees? You know, when they have to sit in a van all day? Right in your parking lot. Gotta tell you, Harley paint is the most forgiving. You can abuse this stuff and then just hit it with the highest speed and the harshest buffing pad, and it comes right back. So good. There's many complaints I personally, as a Harley technician, would have, but visually, cosmetically, their paint. I mean, not their engine paint. That's hot trash. Not the fork paint either. Just the paint itself on the tins. Oh, so good. All right, make sure you hook your fuel pump back up. Your sending unit, whatever, all that is, you know, you need it hooked up. Get your stuff back on there. And when you do it this way, you don't have that weird line running down the center, you know, or next to the dash in the paint. You know, those little straight scratches that run down the edges. You know, it's a couple screws. Just get them off of there. Do it right. Easy way to get your seat mounting little screw thing back through. Some ribbon, just any kind of ribbon, and just tie it from the bottom. Put a little, you know, knot on there. Just pull it through. You ain't done. All right, we're going to try some steel wool on this first. I believe, if I remember correctly, in case you can't tell, I'm doing a voiceover for most of this. Yep, steel wool, the quad zeros. And it's doing nothing. So we're going to, yeah. It's, yeah, see, someone put acid on. Harsh cleaners. Someone used harsh cleaners on this motor, so that's what stained that right there. And, well, we're going to have to use something harsher to get it back out. And easier to show you right here on the triple trees, triple clamps, whatever you want to call them. Go right to your Scotch-Brite pad with the spray away. As I've said before, it's the best window cleaner out there. Overall, just general cleaner. It's great. Go in the same direction. You want it to look machined when it's done. You don't want it to look like someone just hacked at it. I'll give her a wipe down, see what it looks like. Now you got a brushed aluminum look, and if you like that, you're done. If you want to go back to stock looking, bring out the steel wool. It's like a sandpaper thing. You're just stepping down. The Quad Zero takes out the scratches from the Scotch-Brite. All right, so there's the trees done. I hit up the headlights buckets with the steel wool while I was there. Top of the forks with the caps, cleaned all that up with all the same stuff, by the way. The forks themselves hit with the steel wool. Takes any type of, you know, small rust pitty things. If you have any pits down on the lower part of the forks, watch your fork seals, people. It'll take those out. You'll start leaking. If it's too bad, you might want to think about getting fork tubes, I mean. These are the lowers we're going to address right now. Get everything out of the way, people. This is going to get ugly. Tape things off, get your reflectors off, and get at it with some, I believe I'm using some 320 sandpaper here, which also tells me this isn't powder coated. It's got to be paint. It comes off way too easy to be powder coated. Like way too easy, which is also why it chips. And then as soon as you get a chip, you get a little bit of moisture back there and dirt and everything else, and it starts corrosion, and then like anything else, it just all goes to hell super fast. And see, look how easy that comes off. Like, it's almost instant, which is, you know, powder coat. You got to put some elbow grease in to get rid of powder coat, but this is just falling off. So we're going to put paint right back on it. We're not going to worry about powder coating because, I mean, paint was on it. Paint's going to go back on it. Everything expertly taped off by my my saddlebag packing material that came in a box. Figure, yeah, it's plastic, good enough. I like to give her a little white tacky coat first. Something for the rest of the coats to grab onto. You don't want it dry. You want it to tack up, really. Speed up the process a little bit, as you've seen from our protesting vice president footage. It's snowy, it's cold, it's miserable today. very humid. So heat gun, you know, help things along a bit. So there's one side done. Definitely adding to the pressure of making the other side look good because now you got to match it. Great. And if you've seen one fork get done, you've seen the other, so didn't really need to show you that. But there they are. There's your finished product. Time to address these wheels, and we're going to go about this the same way as we did the triple clamps and any type of aluminum on the bike. Start off with the lightest. It might do it, and then you can just move on with life. You know, you don't want to go harsh and then have to get rid of the scratches from the harsh and keep stepping up. Start the lightest and the easiest first, people. You can see the difference there. These were hit with the acid too, I imagine. Just why I got all that white there. And that brings it back. Gets rid of that crap. Use some one-step metal polish after. And there you go. We're not going for, you know, mirror. We're going for stock factory, clean, nice bike. And I think that's what we got going on here. Also hit the rotors with some steel wool too. Takes the rust off. They'll rust again. It's what they do. It's steel out in the open. They'll rust. It's fine. It's just a thing you deal with. Now for the handlebars, they do have this textured finish to them, so that's what we're going to put back on and blend out. Probably cables or something was banging against that. So what I've noticed with this textured paint, you want, where you're going to paint normally with the spray can, back it up like by twice the amount. 100% distance. Is that right? Math? I don't know. But you want it to kind of, you want to mist it on to get the textured look. If you're close, then it gets, you know, too smooth almost. Lightly duster on there. That's how this paint works best. And I'll tell you, the stuff is durable too. Done a few of my own that we weren't selling, and it lasted a very, very long time. Probably as long as the rest of the paint on the bars or whatever I was painting. It's kind of impressive, actually. I think it's meant for lawn furniture. I don't know. Maybe that's why it lasts, you know, outside so well. And so she came without pipes and hit up eBay and found some stockers, and they're embarrassingly quiet, and it's fine. They're pipes. Just get them on there. Most guys, especially Harley guys, the first thing you're doing is putting your own pipes on. So just get some pipes on it. You know, if you're selling it, get the pipes on so you can test ride it and whatever. It's legal, can go, and let the new owner decide on what he wants to put on there. Or she. You know, they don't look terrible. I don't like the way the heat shield doesn't quite line up with the edge of the pipe there to hide the clamp, but there you go. Back to those rocker boxes, the same way, Scotch-Brite, go in the same direction. You know, don't put like cross hatches in it. You know, they're not cylinders. And you just work on it, and there's your finished bike. You know, way better. We got all the old man stuff off of it. It's back to looking like, you know, a stock unit that someone can do whatever they like to with it, or just ride it as is. I miss dynos. Aren't dynos were the best, other than their kickstand. Everyone knows about how horrible the kickstand on the dyno was. You know, you got to lean it, you know, 45 degrees to the right to get it to flip out. But other than that, dynos were just badass bikes. We left the sissy bar on there in case someone wants to bungee cord a, you know, a backpack to it or something, because there is no storage on the bike now. But there you go. I think she came out pretty damn nice. I'm more of a street bob guy myself, but the fat bob is pretty good. And finally, she's leaving. Is it cha-ching? There's that. No, She's probably not in there. How about over? Is that cha-ching? No, is that what? Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Probably, maybe that one, or that one's the decoy. Cha-ching, cha-ching. I don't know. Where's? Oh no, is that the one? Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. There goes more. She's probably in what? Don't know. Don't care.
Thanks for watching and checking out the channel, and subscribing and liking and sharing and all that good stuff. It's been pretty awesome. I'm not sure what's happening next week. I have a feeling we're going to be working on this truck. Weather's, it's getting warmer again, so I can get back out here. I got a front end to get together. That cross member you can see way over there. I got to find the hardware for it. No, it's gone, long gone. I got to go buy some hardware for it. I got upper ball joints in. I got the upper A-arms kind of, sitting there with their 48 shims on one side and 2 on the other. I don't think those were labeled correctly. And we're going to work on getting those lower ball joints in and those massive ass A-arms. And probably paint them up, and if it's warm enough, and see what we can get done. Got to get something done. Got to get rolling on this thing. The wife, she wants a truck. I told her this is going to be a while. And she's like, well, now now that she sees it and she sees progress, she's hooked. Which is, it's good. You want the spouse hooked on stuff like this, because then you can build whatever you want afterwards, right? Yeah. All right, we'll see you next week.